When the reward changes behavior, often changes first, and the side effects arrive later. A company wants better customer service, so it rewards employees for handling calls quickly. At first, the numbers improve. Average call time falls, managers feel progress. But then something strange begins to happen. Some workers rush conversations. Some avoid complicated customers. Some transfer difficult problems instead of solving them. The visible story is easy to explain as laziness, dishonesty, or bad attitude. And sometimes individuals do make poor choices. But that explanation misses the deeper pattern. Many people were not trying to damage the system. They were responding to what the system had made valuable. The important question is not, why did people stop caring? It is, what did the reward teach them to care about? Every organization has two goals. There is the real goal, such as helping customers, educating students, improving safety, or building trust. And there is the measurable proxy, such as call time test scores, incident counts, or quarterly targets. The proxy is useful because the real goal is often messy and difficult to observe. But once the proxy becomes the reward, it starts to change behavior. This is why small incentive changes can produce big, weird outcomes. The rule does not need to be dramatic. It only needs to move attention. People begin asking a different question. Not, what is the best outcome, but what will be counted? The surface explanation focuses on character. The deeper explanation focuses on selection. Pressure behaviors that improve the metric are repeated. Behaviors that do not improve it are ignored even when they matter. The first lesson is simple but uncomfortable. A metric is not just a measurement. Once rewards attached to it, it becomes an instruction. And people are remarkably good at following instructions, especially when promotion, praise money, or punishment depend on them. Most incentive problems do not begin with a bad person. They begin with a narrow target. A target is meant to simplify reality. If a school wants learning, it may track exam results. If a warehouse wants productivity, it may track items processed. If a hospital wants safer care, it may track reported incidents. These numbers are not useless. Without measurement, leaders are often guessing. The trouble starts when the number becomes the main source of reward or punishment. Then the number is no longer just information. It is a game. Economists and social scientists often describe this with a simple idea. When a measure becomes a target, it can stop being a good measure. Not because measurement is bad, but because people adapt. They search for the easiest path to the rewarded number. In a school, that might mean more time spent on test technique and less time on curiosity or deep understanding. In a workplace, it might mean closing simple tasks quickly while leaving harder tasks untouched. In safety reporting, it might mean fewer recorded problems, not because risks disappeared, but because people became afraid to report them. This does not mean every person is gaming the system. It means the system has created pressure in a particular direction. Some people resist it, some reinterpret it, some comply reluctantly. But over time, the behaviors that survive are the ones the measurement protects. The hidden mechanism is optimization under constraint. People have limited time, limited attention, and limited protection from consequences. If they are judged by a metric, they will usually spend more energy improving that metric than improving things the metric fails to capture. That is why the wrong incentive can be so powerful. It does not have to persuade people ideologically. It only has to make one behavior easier to defend than another. The most dangerous effects of an incentive are often not the first effects. They are the behaviors that become normal after everyone adjusts. At first, a target creates focus that can be useful. A team with no priorities can drift. A clear metric can reduce confusion and expose real problems. The mistake is assuming the metric will remain a neutral tool. After people know it controls status, funding, promotion or punishment. Once that happens, a second-order system forms around it. People learn what language sounds successful. Managers learn which problems are safer not to escalate. Teams learn where to spend effort and where effort will be invisible. The organization may still believe it is pursuing the original goal, but day-to-day behavior begins orbiting the rewarded signal. This pattern appears far beyond offices. A city that measures traffic success only by vehicle speed may make walking less pleasant. A platform that rewards attention may encourage content that is more emotional than accurate. A student who is praised only for grades may learn to avoid difficult subjects that risk lowering them. In each case, the measure captures something real, but not the whole thing. The practical mental model is this. Every target casts a shadow. The target is the behavior you meant to encourage. The shadow is the behavior people discover while trying to survive the target. Good design does not mean refusing to measure. It means asking 3 questions before trusting a number. What will people do to improve this? What valuable behavior might become invisible? And what delayed cost might appear only after the metric looks successful? This is why incentives should be treated less like commands and more like environments. They do not merely tell people what matters. They shape what feels safe, smart, and worthwhile. So when behavior looks irrational, ask what is being rewarded. Very often people are not ignoring the real goal. They are following the shadow of the target,